Good morning. Happy April 1st. Okay, so get in the position that you would like to start class with today. Whether that's seated, whether that's standing, whether that's laying down, whatever you want, you get. So my name is Jen and welcome to Rise and Shine. Even if it's not a beautiful day outside, even if it's not morning, right now it's dark and drizzly and rainy and yucky outside, but we're still doing yoga because we're still ready to start our day as rise and shiny, or ending our day as rise and shiny as we can. So pick the position that you would like to start your day. I think I'm going to start seated right here. That's where I feel like I want to be right now. Taking a few minutes of nice and quiet time, and I want you to really focus on your breath for this couple minutes. You don't have to do any sort of special breathing unless you want to, of course. If you are good at different like oceanic breathing where you sound like a wave, you're like, that's great. Please do so. If you're looking for like more of a three-part breath where you're starting here, going down and expanding your belly, coming back in and going back up, beautiful, do it. If you want to do alternate nostril breathing where you're breathing in one nostril, out the other, in one nostril, out the other, do it. 7-second counts, breathing in for 7 seconds, holding it for 7 seconds, out for 7 seconds, do it. And if there's there's hundreds of different types of breathing exercises. Feel free to do it. Otherwise, we're just breathing. Two more breaths. Okay, so let's everybody meet in tabletop. No matter where you are, come meet me in tabletop. So we're here, our knees are underneath our shoulders, Our hands are underneath our knees are underneath our hips. Our hands are underneath our shoulders. Our fingers are spread nice and wide, and so are our toes. Flat back. And we're just going to shake a little side to side. All right, bring those hips to the right side. Look over that right shoulder. And then let's do the same. Look over the left, hips to the left. Come back to the center one more time. Shake side to side. And then to the right. Looking over that shoulder. And a lift. Come back to the center and make it nice and still. Let's just slowly tap each shoulder. Nice and easy. Keeping everything else nice and still. One more time, each side. And then now instead, lift to the front. Keeping everything nice and still. Your hips shouldn't change. Your back shouldn't change. One more time each side. And then let's push back. One more time each side. And beautiful. Sit back on those heels. Bring those knees as wide as the mat. Bring those hands in front. And put the head down to the mat. Sit back into those hips as much as you comfortably can. And then come on up. Bring those knees together. Head goes back down. This time arms go behind, palms up. Beautiful. Come on up. Spinal twist one way. Up nice and tall. And the other way. Come back to the center. Walk those hands in front. And lower all the way down to the mat. Hands underneath our chin. Shake out those glutes, shake out those hips. Bend those knees and windshield wiper side to side. Pick a direction, let them fall. And the other way. Come back to the center. Straighten one leg, grab the other leg with the same side. My head is supported by my hands, and I'm just doing a nice little quad stretch. Make sure that I'm pulling that foot straight back. It's not going out to the side. All right, and let's release that side. Same thing, other side. All right, and let's release. Can we do both? If you can't, no worries, just do singles again. But if you can, grab your opposite foot, pull it back. Chest is going to be on the ground here. Look straight down toward the mat. Release those arms, relax. Release those legs, relax. And we're going to do it one more time, this time lifting the chest off the ground if you want. I'm just shaking those hips, releasing. Okay, so I'm going to grab one foot. I'm going to grab the other foot. I'm going to set up for success, pulling those legs straight back. And then I'm going to lift, keeping my breath going for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and release. Bring those hands underneath, coming into a sphinx. Stretching out low back. This is a favorite stretch of mine. And if you want to look to one direction, great, join me. And the other direction. Come back to the center, push yourself back up to tabletop. Bring your left hand up, look up towards the sky. And then bring that arm around through that little hole that your arm makes on your other side. Pop that left ear to the ground and make any sort of adjustments that you need to do so you can stay here for a couple seconds. Relaxing as much as the body as you can. Glutes up towards the sky. Alright, push yourself back up, and that can be hard sometimes, so take a second. We're going to do the same thing, other way. Okay, right arm up towards the sky, look up towards it. Wiggle those fingers, everything's great. And loop that hand through that hole. Pop that right ear on the ground. Adjust. And breathe. And then push yourself back up and have a seat back on your heels. Adjust, shake it out, everything's wonderful and good. And then we're going to go into downward dog. So make any adjustments that you need to do so to prepare yourself for a downward dog. And then tuck those toes under. Pedal them out if that feels good. If you've already been up for a while and you want to go right to stillness, that's fine. Bending those knees as generously as you need to. Walk those feet to meet the hands and very slowly roll on up to standing. Shake out any wiggles that you got going on. Standing up, roll the shoulders back and down, roll those shoulders forward and down. We have killer static going on. Bring those arms behind. Deep breaths, bending forward at the hips. Arms go back. And come on up. Release. Bring those hands together in prayer. Elbows out to the side, pushing into that palm equally. And now flip those fingers down. Shoulders down. My shoulders are up. Shoulders down. And bring those arms all the way down, all the way up. Swan dive down. Bring those hands to touch. Walk one foot back to plank. The other foot back to plank. Stay here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and back to downward dog. Lift the right leg back, up towards the ceiling. Bring that knee into the chest. Pop that foot down on the ground and release that back knee so it's on the ground and roll on up. Hands on the thigh. Big breath. Arms out. Spinal twist one way. And spinal twist the other way. Come back to the center. Bring those arms down. Tuck that back toe under. Come back to plank. Stay here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Downward dog. Left leg up and behind you. Tuck that knee in. Foot on the ground in front and drop that back knee. Come on up. Hands on the thigh. Get yourself situated. And always bring that leg in so it is nice and pointed forward as compared to at an angle, but I always make sure that I have enough width side to side so I don't feel like I'm falling over. Arms out and twist. And twist. Come back to the center. Hands down. Lift that back toe is up. Plank for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Downward dog. Sit up here. Lift that right foot up and back. Bring that knee in. Put that foot on the ground, and this time rolling up. High lunge. This time your hands can be on your waist if you want. You still have them on your thigh. Get yourself situated. Arms up. Spinal twist one more. And spinal twist the other way, nice and slow. Back to the center. Hands come down, back to plank for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, downward dog. Left leg goes up and back. And bring that knee in. Foot on the ground. Roll on up. Arms up. Spinal twist one way. And the other way. Come back to the center. Arms down. Back to plank for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Drop those knees. Sit back and swing those legs around in front. Grab some water if you want it. Otherwise, we're here in this 90-degree angle. Toes are pointed up towards the ceiling. Our back is straight. Our shoulders are tucked back. And our hands are either on the thighs or on the ground. Taking a couple seconds here in this active pose. This is not passive here, we're being active. Select one leg, bring it on in. And the other leg, bring it on in. Knees out towards the side. Back flat. And then bring those hands away from your feet. Bring those knees together. Swing them back around. And let's go back into downward dog. Get yourself situated. Feeling good. Maybe can you straighten those legs a little bit more? Or maybe you just go a little deeper into that upper arm, upper back area of your body. Okay, lift that right leg up and back. Bend that knee, open up the hip to the side. Should feel good. Bring that knee back to the center. All the way in. Drop that foot. Pivot on that back leg. Roll on up. So we're here. We're nice and tall. Hands just going to be on our hips. And then we're going to pivot forward with our upper body only, hands up. Can't see my palms, but they're just like this. And then bring those hands to warrior two. Look over to the side. And then open those arms as far as you can to twist the other way. You're not going to go very far, that's fine. Come back to the middle. Drop those arms. Get some blood back into them. Pivot forward again with your upper body. Warrior one arms. Bring those arms down. Pivot on that back leg. Plank. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Back into downward dog. And lift that back leg up and back. Bend that knee, open it up to the side. Back to the middle, bring that knee in front. Pop that foot down, pivot on that back leg, come on up, hands on the hips. And bring those arms up, pivot forward. Make sure that knee isn't tracking anywhere weird. I had to adjust mine, check yours. Open those arms up to the side. And then rotate as far as you can the other way. Come back to the center. Release those arms, shake it out. And then arms come back up in front. Bring those hands back down. Pivot on that back leg back to plank for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Downward dog. Lift that right leg up and back. Bring that knee in. Foot on the ground. Pivot on that back leg. Come on up. Body facing forward. Hands on the hips. Now face sideways. Take that arm. So my right leg is one that's in front. And I take my right arm. I'm going to pop it on that thigh. And I'm going to take my left hand, I'm just going to keep it on my hips, and I'm going to open up those hips to the side. And then if I want, I can take that left arm and go up and over. Trying to stack my shoulders on top of my shoulders. My weight for my knee is going through my ankle. It's not a little foot farther forward, it's not a little farther backwards, it's straight up and down. I'm going to bring that hand back to that hip. And then push up. And come back, hands on both hips. Straighten that front leg. Arms out in front. Lean forward, lean down. One arm goes down, one arm goes up. Now, my butt sticking back. I don't want that. I'm gonna come up a little bit. I'm gonna tuck my glutes under and go back down. So I may not be able to go back down as far as I used to. That's okay. I'm gonna climb up. I'm gonna pivot on that back leg. Back down to plank. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Downward dog. And lift that left leg up and behind. Bring that knee in. Pop that foot on the ground. Pivot on that back leg. Come on up. Hands on the waist, looking forward. Make sure that knee's tracking correctly. All right, we're going to turn sideways. Arms are going to come up. My left hand is going to go on top of my left leg, and I'm going to bring my other hand to my hip, and I'm going to open up those hips to the side. That feels good. Then arms are going to go up and over, stacking shoulders on top of shoulders. I'm going to put that hand back on that hip and then push back up. I'm going to straighten that front leg. Arms are going to go up and I'm going to lean forward. Now I'm going to remember what I did on the other side. I'm going to make sure those hips are tucked under straight away. So this is where I'm going to be. I'm going to relax those arms. I'm going to pivot forward and go back to our plank. Pivot on that back foot as you go down. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Knees go down. Legs swing around in front, and we're back to that 90-degree staff pose. Awesome work. Toes up towards the ceiling. Tiny little bend of the knee. Flat back, shoulders back and down. Staying here, hands on the thighs or on the ground. Bend those knees, bring those feet in. Stay up nice and tall. All right, take those hands up on the outside of the knees, push them back in. Okay, I'm going to turn sideways. So you can see, you're going to bring those hands and arms down to the ground so you're relaxing on those forearms. My legs are going to be bent. I'm going to straighten my right leg. My left knee is bent. And I'm going to lift that leg as high as that knee and bring it back almost touching the ground. I'm going to leave that foot flexed though. So I'm going to relax my leg right now. And we're going to do 20, bringing that leg up as high as the knee, which is here in my particular case, and bringing it 99.98% down to the ground. We're going to do that 20 times. If you need to touch down, no worries. I just don't want you to go like way up here because that's going to kind of arch our back, and we don't want that. We want our back nice and flat and straight. Okay, are we ready? Let's go. 1, 2, and if you go slower than me, don't worry. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, halfway, 11, 12, 13, 14, 50. Hopefully you're feeling it by now if you haven't already. 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Relax. Come on up. You can kind of massage it out, whatever's feeling it. I'm feeling it here in my quad. That's where I'm feeling it because I'm really activating that quad, lifting that leg up. All right, we're going to do the same thing on the other side. So I'm going to come down on my forearms. I have my right leg bent this time. My left leg is out. My toes are pointed up, and I'm going to bring it as high as that knee and 99.98% of the way down. Make sure you have your leg in as far as you did on the other side so the height is the same. You ready? Well, let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Beautiful. Come on up. Rub out any body part that needs attention. All right, we're going to do one more variation. We're going to go back into that same position. We're only going to do 10 this time. We're going to lift that leg. We're going to go out and in, out and in. So we're going to obviously keep that leg. Let me do it correctly. Lift that leg up, out and in, out and in, staying at the appropriate height the whole time. Don't let that leg fall. Okay, so I'm going to start with my side A. Get my other leg all situated, decide on the height that I want to go. If obviously I want to go lower, I can, my leg is just going to be farther out. So pick whatever you want. So you're going to do the same for both sides. I'm going to pick back here. So I'm going to pick about where my knee is. That's where my landmark's going to be. Pick your landmark for what you want. Toes are pointed up. I'm going to try to relax my shoulders and neck and back as much as I can. I'm going to come up and let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and relax. Beautiful. Other leg. Toes pointed up. Come up, and let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Beautiful. Drop that foot. Push yourself up. And we're just going to drop both those knees to one side. And sitting up nice and tall. Bring that heart rate down, getting close to our Shavasana time. And then let's switch it up. other leg. Sitting up nice and tall. Back to the center, and then let's just winch wipe those knees side to side. And then come back to the center. Bring those knees in, ground, and then drop that head down, stretching at the back of the neck. Stretch out one leg, drop that knee to the side. Adjust so you're sitting on your hips as compared to some sort of weird twisted motion. Then just pick yourself up, adjust the muscle underneath, and just let it drop again. All right, so let's lean forward. Toes up again. All right, come on up and let's switch sides. And down. All right, come on up. Set yourself up for Shavasana. Stick it on any sweatshirts, any jackets, any blankets, any socks. And then lay on back. Tuck those shoulders under. And take the 2 minutes for yourself. wiggle those fingers and toes. Bend those knees and roll on to the side of your choice. Use that top hand to push yourself up and into a seated position of your choice. Take those hands down by your side, shoulders back and down. Point that chin up, stretch out your neck. Look a little one direction. And look a little the other direction. Come back to the middle and relax. Wonderful work. Awesome job. Thanks for joining me. And I'll see you later.